Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Lover Jav here, and today we're playing Entropia Universe, and that's right, I'm falling to my death here. I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, today we're going to be playing Entropia Universe, and what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be just running around, exploring, dropping some probes, and just seeing what this game has to offer. So yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, I'm Serial Lover Jav. I do a ton of just Entropia Universe content, so I'm not really like looking for the game to see if it has anything to offer me. Like, I know I like the game already, I'm sort of set there, but you know, just run around, see what the loot is, see where we're at, and go from there. I thought it would be a cool idea because it's been a while since I've just really like gotten out there and explored. So first things first, what we've got to do is drop a structurally sound vehicle and take it off a cliff, because that's how this game works. I don't really care if it has that much fuel. All I've got to do is just land it. See, that's the crazy thing. Vehicles don't take that much fall damage. It looks like this one actually doesn't take any fall damage. So that's an awesome way to get down a cliff without really having too many issues. So there we go. Just like that, we just dived right into it, and we're at the bottom already. Almost. Let's take this for one more little jump here. Then we'll jump out and start dropping some probes. But yeah, I thought we'd just run around and explore and see what's out there. This is an area of the map that I actually have not visited too much, so I thought this would be a cool one for everybody, because this is going to be my first time seeing a lot of this stuff, and probably for some of you guys, this is going to be your first time seeing it, and that's, I think, so a lot of the time when I do these PD runs, when I'm doing like a 50 PD run or 100 PD run or whatever it is, it gets lost on people the fact that this is actually a very massive game that you can actually just go out and explore. You don't need to set a PD amount, you don't need to go for profit. You can just head out and see if you can find something cool, and a lot of the time you are going to find it. So that's the goal here. Like, literally, I just spawned at this outpost, and you get that awesome view of the islands, archipelago. Like, it's so cool. And, you know, just finding things like that sort of hidden away in the universe, that really does make a difference. It's a living, breathing universe. The developers have been here working on it for probably over a decade, so there's just a lot of stuff in this game that you'd never really expect. And you can just find it just by running around. Like, this is a massive map. And the fact that there's not a huge player base means that there are some sort of cool spots that not many people know about, that if you really get out there and explore, you can find them. And it can be your own little spot, right? It can be your like secret hunting spot, your secret mining spot, the place where you go to craft. It can be a ton of stuff. And it really is cool. Like, I remember back in the day when people could actually like put down furniture. So you used to be able to like put down furniture. If you found like a really like far out there place, people put down like a table, some chairs, they just sit around and chat, right? And it was sort of cool, because at the same time, like, it showed a level of trust and respect that people had between each other, because at any time you could almost just go and pick up that chair and be like, ooh, I just got a free chair. But nobody was doing that, even though, you know, you get 10 PDs if you just swiped it from someone. Everybody was there just for a cool time and, you know, just hanging out. So I always like those vibes. But yeah, this is just an exploring sort of video that we're going to be doing here. I know you guys are saying like I should be streaming this, but streaming is just not my thing, right? Like, when I've tried streaming before, and usually what happens is when I do that, I end up getting bored, and people want these long streams, and then I get like, all right, where's this mob here? I see that red, so I'm looking to see where it is. So it looks like, oh, look at this. Sort of a big boy over here. But yeah, like streaming, so I've considered doing that, because I know a lot of people have told me I should start like streaming Entropia again and all that, but it's just the amount of time that I've got to put in, and the fact that you need a regular schedule and all that, it's too much for me. So if you guys are wondering, am I ever on Twitch, like every now and then you're gonna see me like pop in and do a nice little stream. It's not gonna be anything crazy. I'm not doing like a 5-hour stream. Most of the time I'm gonna do 1 to sort of 3 hours. And it's just going to be very, very sort of chill, very laid back. There's no schedule to it or anything like that. I just sort of pop in when I want, play for as long as I want to, and then that's that. So, you know, there's no written contract there, right? Like, I feel like a lot of these streamers, there's almost this contract of like they're going to get on every day, play for 8 hours, and then people are going to dump a ton of money on them or something like that. Well, there's no money here, so there's no contract. It's just me doing what I do, you know, when I want to do it. So yeah, I haven't been streaming too much. If you guys are interested in catching me when I'm on, just subscribe to my Twitch. Not subscribe. Follow my Twitch. Subscribe costs money. Just follow it. And then, you know, you'll just get a notification if I'm ever online, and you can catch up with me. Say, hey, Serial, how's it going? Ask me those questions that you've got. Hopefully this thing's not going to attack me. Alright, we're good. We're good. He's not going to attack me. But yeah, you can ask me questions, all that. Like, they are pretty chill streams whenever people do catch me on. So that's the benefit of it. You're never going to have me on a bad day, because then I just wouldn't be on. Alright, let's head out. This guy's going to attack me, so I'm just going to spawn this very mediocre vehicle and try and get out of here. I hate how the steering on these cars is so bad. This is probably one of the worst things, right? Like, if you're a new player, this is a horrible experience. I have no idea why Mindark thought this was a good idea, to give you a car that has very bad steering. Like, these beginner vehicles, the vehicles that you get as a new player, like, they are just awful vehicles. So they give people this, like, bad experience of what they're going to get, right? Like, nobody wants to buy cars now because they think this is what they're going to get. And the truth is, if you pay a little bit more, you're going to get a vehicle that's much better than this thing that just blew up on me. But nobody knows that, right? People think that's what they're going to end up with. So they never bother to get better vehicles. They just go right into flying. And there actually are some vehicles in Entropia Universe that handle very nicely. It's just the ones they give you for free or for graduating, those are not the vehicles. So yeah, keep that in mind. Is this a new outpost, or did I... Ooh, it is. Alright. So we did get to a new place. That's sort of cool. Let's see what mob's over here. Alright, these guys still. So we're gonna head this way, away from those things, because I do not feel like fighting a level 49 mob. You know, sometimes you just gotta know when to quit. There's supposed to be... So someone told me there's Longu around here. I'm not, like, too keen on finding them, but if I do happen to run into some, it would be sort of cool. I don't think it's going to happen, though. It looks like it's just a lot of these sort of high-level, like super high-level mobs. Level 98. That is, level 98's well beyond me. Like, I can, maybe a level 48 mob, if it did the right sort of damage, I could take. But a level 98, that's, it's ridiculous. I think I might just spawn this and fly over it, because I don't think you guys want to see a video where I just die a bunch of times, right? That's no fun for anyone, I feel like. If I just come in and die like 10 times in a row and then call it a video, you guys are going to be like, Serial, come on. That's not what we want. You guys want to see me do something. So let's jump in and see if we can't find a nice little secret place for us. Also, cool thing, if you're ever looking for lists and oil, these islands right here, that's all they loot. So that's a little pro tip for you guys. I know some people just watch these videos for those little pro tips, and there you go. It's a nice little one. So yeah, if you're, you know, a high-level player, this is, you'd know better areas than this, probably. If this was a good area, you'd see green dots here. And since there's no green dots, it usually means it's not the greatest area. Every now and then you can find a diamond in the rough, though, so you never know, right? And, you know, there's got to be some missions out there that you guys can complete by killing these guys. I don't think I have those missions, and even if I did, I do not have the gun to do it. So let's keep heading somewhere. What are the... Okay. I was like, what are those blocks over there? It's just a tree that hasn't rezzed yet. So much for that. I was actually hoping we'd find something cool on this little exploration of mine. Sometimes, I don't know, people always say they like to do this sometimes, just get sort of a nice little random Entropia going, right? Like, no real goal or anything like that in mind, just sort of run and drop probes. Alright, so what mob do we have over here is a new question. Ooh, what is this? Okay, so this is a very high level area that I'm running around here. I tend to think that these areas actually have better loot. So, like, even though it is a high level area and it's higher level than I can take on, this is a cool area because I feel like it's going to have better loot for me. So I'm going to give that a shot. It'd be sort of cool if Mindark could do like what Fallout did, where it's just like if you go to this side of the map, you're going to find sort of low level mobs. And if you... Ooh, we got another loot. Nice. And if you go to like this side, you find high level. That'd be cool. I'd like them to schedule it like that. I know it's not realistic. It's not close to anything you'd find in real life, but that would be pretty cool if you can start off here and like as you fight your way out, you get to harder and harder mobs. Now that they've got spaceships and stuff like that, and you can just fly over things, it's not as impressive. But if you were like stuck in one area and you had to run out, that would mean like when you actually got out here and you could see what's out there, it would mean that you'd actually accomplish like a thing. Ooh. And here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Right here. Look at that. I knew there were castles out there, but I did not know there was a castle out here. So, see, this is what I'm talking about, folks. Like, you just run out into the universe and you're going to find something. And here we've got ourselves a castle. So we're going to explore castle today, folks. I didn't know we were going to do it. I wasn't thinking it was going to be a thing, but oh, no. All right, castle might be off limits. Okay, so it looks like they might not be letting us in, but let's check. So right now you can see Marcus Calendar, the state brokers. So this is basically, this is Mindark's like avatar that they use to hold estates when they're not owned by anybody. So I don't think I'm going to be able to go in here. Maybe I will. It looked like it was private, so I was thinking I wouldn't be able to, but it looks like we can just walk right in. Let's see. No, we can't. All right, so we can just go around the estate. We can't actually go into the castle. So let's just check this out. Let's see what's up here. So it looks like if you did actually have this thing, you couldn't place things out here, maybe because it's an estate. Maybe you could. I don't know how that works. Yeah, this is actually quite the house here. What do you guys think? If you guys give me enough likes on this video, do you think Mindark would just give it to me? I don't think so, but it would be sort of cool if they could. Like, I really love castles, and this is quite the castle. I really like that. Like, look at this. It's so nicely done, and you've got like a nice little guardhouse here. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, and look at this view. Look at this view over here. Let's flip around. So you're like in your castle. You're on top of that, and you're gonna get a view. Oh, we're gonna fall. Let's not. Hold on. Let me heal myself up, because if I drop here, that would be so anticlimactic. If I die right before I get to that nice view that I'm talking about. So let's head over here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, let's not do that. I didn't even know that was a hotkey. I said. Maybe I didn't. All right. So yeah, look at that. You sit in your castle. You get the view of the islands. Like that's living life right there, man. If I had that in real life, I'd love it. That's such a good view, though. All right, so whoever buys this castle, you got to invite me over for a house party or something like that, because it could be pretty cool, I think. I think we'd have some fun. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. But that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, you just go out into the universe, and you can sometimes find stuff that you had no idea was out there. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Serial, you should know this. Like, you've played this game long enough. You should know these things exist, and you should know where each one of them is. But I like not knowing. I like the fact that I can just go out into the universe sometimes and find cool things that just I didn't know they were out there. And for me, it's like a new little thing. I see it, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So that's that was something, right? Like, that was a cool little thing, and that's something. That's part of this thing, right? Like, in this game, you don't need to pay for anything. You can just go and explore. And as much as probably Mindark doesn't want me encouraging people, well, actually they probably don't care. As much as it doesn't like give them anything if people just log in and run around, it's still an experience for people that they can get. And if you don't have any money or you don't feel like depositing, it's a great experience and one that's worthwhile, I think. I'm just gonna go ahead and take out this curb because he's there. He's in the way, and I feel like he's gonna block other new players. He's probably gonna kill me. Alright, there's a chance this mob might kill me. That would be a complete fail. These things are super docile, like mobs, so I could have run by him without ever getting attacked. I was the one that instigated this. Alright, I didn't die, so we're good. Look at that, too. Nice loot right there. 101.69 PDs of shrapnel, 1.9 of soft hide, and 1.5 of thin wool. Not too bad. So let's keep this going here. And by keep this going, I mean let's drop some probes. So we're just gonna drop that one right there, and let's keep heading down south. I don't think we're gonna find anything cooler than a castle. Like I think that castle, I think that's gonna be the best find of this run, and I'm perfectly okay with that. And yeah, it wasn't something that was planned. If you guys like want to comment stuff that you find cool down below, like that's definitely like something I'd like. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna ever visit it like in stream or anything like that, or in video, because that's just not. I like going out and just exploring and finding random things. I feel like that adds this whole element of like this unknown sort of futuristic world that you're out there exploring. So I like it. Yeah, that was. I don't know. That was something. That was something. I wish they put more castles in this game. I wish like every like estate, right? They had like a castle on a hill, and it was like your estate was sort of your like manor, right? Or your land area was your manor, and you could live inside this castle and have all sorts of cool stuff going on in there. I'd like that, right? Like, especially if you could get live music or like some sort of system set up in there, like get a sound system. There's music going, people can be on like voice chat or whatever it is, talking with each other, just hanging out, and then, you know, go out and hunt, do a run like that. Sort of like if you would imagine, like if you're going skiing, right? Like if you go to Aspen you know, you've got the hills, you've got the mountains, you're like going down them, skiing all around, and then, you know, at the end of the day or when you want to break, you just go hang out in the lodge, right? You sit with your friends, you talk, maybe there's people you met there, like you talk to them, everybody just hangs out, chills. It's a nice sort of relaxing experience. It'd be really cool if they could sort of replicate that in game. I don't know how it would be possible. Like what they need to do is almost something like Twitch has, where you get points or something just for staying in an area or watching a stream. They could do the same thing in Entropia Universe. Like you get points just for hanging out in an area, hanging out in a land area, and then land area owners could sort of fight to get, you know, traders and stuff like that to do trades on their land area, because then the traders would get points for that. It would keep the land area more occupied. There'd be more people there because of that, and you could sort of develop these communities that you would have to pay to start them, but you could get something cool in the end that's like completely free, not paid for or anything like that, and just sort of, you know, you started off with like a PED or two, right? You started off by like influencing people to be there, but then hopefully something organic starts to develop because of it. I don't know. I think something like that could be pretty cool. I of course the legality behind like blasting music and all that is probably a little bit more questionable, so I don't think Mindart could ever do that, unfortunately, because that's a big problem they've got, right? Like, if someone in this land area is blasting a song by, I don't know, Madonna, or someone who doesn't want to be played on the radio or wants like X amount per play, now all of a sudden they've got to figure out how to do royalties and all that, and since Mindart isn't this huge company, they can't negotiate deals like Spotify or, you know, any sort of like radio station like Kiss FM would do. So yeah, I can see the issues, but it would be cool if they could do something like that, and yeah, it would be cool. I'd like to see that, or even if they could do like podcasts, right? Like someone like Never Die could really set up something cool like that. Like they do a weekly podcast where everybody can hang out in one area, type questions in chat. They use it just like Twitch, right? But instead it's this virtual area that they're in. Like their avatars are sitting in these seats talking, and everybody else can just sort of run around, do what they want. They can even stream that to Twitch, but read the chat in Entropia. That could be pretty cool. Like there's a lot of stuff that could be done, but the big problem is you need the money to buy a land area. You need the sort of faith to invest it in Entropia Universe, and then you need the time to do something like that. And that's a very hard combination to find, because generally people who make enough money that they'd either be willing to just toss it into the game and think, well, whatever happens, happens, or people who are that passionate or do have that money are gonna, you know, they're gonna be working pretty hard to earn that money, so they're not gonna have the time, and then the people with the time might not have the money, and it's, you know, it's a, what do they call it, the chicken or the egg type of thing? I don't know. It would be cool to do. Like, I'd love to see it, but there's probably only maybe 10 or 20 people in this game who could pull it off. I know a lot of people think I'm one of them, but a lot of people also think I own all sorts of stuff that I don't. It's actually, I need to do a video on that, just the amount of things that people think I own, because I've gotten some very like weird questions that people think that I have some sort of like expensive gear. Like I had someone that just asked me like if I could get them this knife, right? Like they didn't want to pay me, they just wanted me to give it to them, and it's a knife worth like 50,000 PEDs, like something crazy. And I'm like, are you new? Like, A, why am I gonna if I have this, I wouldn't give it to you, and B, like there's no way I'd have this, because like, have you ever seen me use a level 100 item? I honestly think they just looked up most expensive item in Entropia Universe and asked me for it just for, you know, for funsies or something like that. But I was like so surprised. I've had a lot of people that think I own land areas and all sorts of stuff. I've actually been accused of rigging it. And, you know, every now and then I'll go hunt on a land area. A lot of people think that I own that land area and that this is some whole like trick just to drive extra money in. And it's like, it's a very sort of audacious plan. I love that people think I'm that sort of creative and cunning, but I'm really not. Like, that's just not something that's in my wheelhouse of things that I do. But yeah, one day I'll do a video on it, because it really is interesting, like some of the stuff, especially like the people who don't know better, that they ask like if I own. There's a few people, I don't know where this started, there's a few people that thought I was CEO of Mindark. Like two years back, I think it was, maybe a year and a half ago. But I kept getting all these messages from different accounts. Maybe not all these messages, like 10 people maybe messaged me about it in the span of like a month. But they were just like, like a few of them just jumped right into it, and they're like, you need to change this, this, and this about the game. You're the only person I know who has the power to do it. As CEO, you need to make these changes for your company so they can last into the next decade and beyond, or whatever it was, right? And I'm just sitting there like, all right, your ideas are good, but you're connecting with the wrong person here, right? This is like going to your local sort of neighborhood IT store and thinking that you're talking to Bill Gates here, right? Like, they might agree with you, they might love the ideas you have, but these are not the people that can implement it. Just like I'm not the guy that can implement it, right? Like, this isn't, it's not something I can do. It's not in my wheelhouse. Like, I'm honored that you think it might be, but it's not me. But yeah, there's some people came with some good ideas, and I think I even brought him up in a video once, because I'm just like, hey, like, this guy hit me up, and I'm the wrong dude, but great ideas. So let's just push this forward. And then yeah, nothing ever happened with that. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that could be done. At the same time too, anytime I do stuff like this, I feel like people want to get like harsh with Mind Arc and be like, oh, they've got this huge thing, they should do it and all that. But another thing a lot of people don't realize is that the overhead that software companies have is pretty big, because you need to spend like a pretty big chunk of money just to make sure that data and all that's secure, to deal with payment processing and sort of things like that, new laws as they evolve. And that's a huge amount of overhead, especially for a smaller company, because that's like a huge part. I guess I have no idea about their financials, but I guess a huge part of their budget's taken up just maintaining the code base and keeping up with like security and stuff like that, especially because they might not be taking in credit cards, but they have bank accounts, right? Like, especially since they store all that information, it's super important that they actually keep that secure. So there's probably a huge amount of overhead that goes into that, and only a little bit that goes into actually like furthering the game and everything like that. So it's probably this thing of like, they've got all these ideas but not all these resources to do it. And this, Entropia Universe is one of those games that I really do think they have a huge amount of potential, and I think the devs see it too. It's just that they need the money and resources to reach it. So hopefully we can do our part and get them there. But yeah, I want to put that in there before I end the video. I keep wanting to say stream, but this isn't a stream. It's a nice little 20-30 minute video that we're doing here, just running around and pulling some ores and matter up. It's not about the profits. It's not about how many PEDs we make or anything like that. It's just about running around, seeing what's out there, and having some fun. And hopefully it gives you guys something to listen to, you guys something to watch, because I know people like to do this when they're playing Entropia Universe. I think a few of you guys even like to listen to this just sort of on drives or when you're sitting at work. A few people have told me that. They're like, oh yeah, I always listen to Serial Overdrive. Like, it's 10 minutes at my work that I use to just pass the time. And it's cool, right? Like, I don't know how many people listen to the 4-hour videos. I think that's probably a little too long, but I think these nice like 20 to 30 minute chunks are good, yeah, right? Get some updates about Entropia Universe, you find out how I'm doing, you find out what I like about the game, I give you some cool ideas, and then, everybody can walk away hopefully happy. So yeah, I think we're gonna end it here. I mean, I'm just gonna land over here, drop one more probe, we'll see what's happening, and then we'll call it a good video, hopefully. I had fun with it. I got to talk about how I like finding stuff, and then I got to find a castle, so that was completely unplanned, but sort of pushes the point home that it actually is worth doing. For those of you guys who are new, it's definitely a hobby that you can do for years in this game. Just every week, you can log in for an hour or two, run around, see what you find, and you're usually gonna find something. So it's especially when you're new, when you're very new, like around every corner, like from Camp Icarus, there's a huge amount of stuff in like a very small area. So when you start off, you can find a ton of things just by running around and poking your nose where it shouldn't go, right? So I definitely recommend that for all you guys who are new to the game. Also, if you're new to the game and still watching, welcome to Entropia Universe. Hopefully you're enjoying so far and not losing too much money. We've all got to lose something just to keep the game afloat, but hopefully it's not anything crazy. Ooh, we got some foul here. I actually do need to do a mission to kill like 100 of these guys. So this might be the perfect area to do it. I can run through some pistols and stuff like that that are low level and make a nice little night of it, I guess, right? Because yeah, this is like sort of right in here. It's a nice little area. Let me check this mission. So this is just a normal sort of exploration for me. I come across a mob that's interesting. I'm like, oh yeah, I've got a little mission left for these guys, so I should do it. So yeah, I've got to kill 100 of them. Obviously, since I've got ghost armor, they're doing like no damage to me. I think. Let's see. And they're missing me most of the time. The higher your dodge and evade get, the easier it is just to not even get touched by these mobs. So you can just run into a big herd and start shooting, no big deal. But yeah, that's about. Oh, that is not a foul, is it? It's a little bird. He didn't give me much loot. A little bird with a little loot. That's how it goes. Anyways, that's all I've got for today, folks. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, a comment. If you're new to Entropia Universe, I'm Serial Overdrive. I do a ton of these videos. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're not interested in hearing more of it, hit the subscribe button. If you notice, there's sort of some sort of thing there where I just tell you to hit the subscribe button no matter what. And I'm just messing with you. If you want to hear more videos from me, hit the subscribe button. Anyways, I've dragged this thing on long enough, so thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace.